What's the biggest challenge in a marriage where there's a 17-year age difference? Now, I'm 17 years older than she is. Now, our challenge, it's not financial and it's not retirement. It's the dreaded word menopause.
Right. Yeah. All right, we'll get right down to the nitty gritty. I am 58, and you heard him say it. He's the older one. He's the older one. I've had a few comments asking that question, who's older, which just brightened my day. But anyways, he's older. So I'm 58, and I just started going in the last year or two through menopause. It's more of a marriage thing than just a female thing, because all you men know you have to deal with it just as well as we do. Rob's doing pretty good at it.
I am doing pretty good at it because this is, I'm going to tell you something that I asked my dad when I was a young kid. And this will kind of put it in perspective. We were sitting out on the back porch. I was about, I don't know, 8 or 9 years old. This was back in the 50s. My dad's sitting there, and a true alpha male. He's sitting there. He's got his hands up over his head. He's swinging in a porch swing, chewing a big old wad of tobacco. I sit next to him and look up at him, and I was concerned at the time about having to get drafted and going into the Army and having to leave home. And this was on my mind, but I was a young boy. So I looked up at him and I said, "Dad, why do guys have to get drafted and go into the Army?" And he just kind of looked down at me and he says, "Well, boy, young men get drafted, young women, they have babies." And that kind of put it in perspective for me. See? The same way I look at menopause. Now, you guys need to get over yourself. Here's 2 things that women do that guys don't have to do. Thank goodness. 1, childbirth. 2, menopause. Now, I really need to try to quit saying now. I'm working on that. Anyway, I'm glad.
Right. So I don't mean to interrupt you, but we had quite a few comments asking about menopause because I think we mentioned it in the last video. So we're just going to chat about it for a minute. Want to touch base on what men go through, the changes that they go through. In my opinion, there's nothing. Physically, you might slow down a little bit, but as far as hormonal, all that jazz, you hear about male menopause. I don't think there's such a thing, or the midlife crisis or whatever, but I don't think any of that is true. The only thing I've noticed different about Rob as he gets older is he doesn't work outside as long in the heat, but we are in the state of Indiana and it is extremely hot and humid in the summer times, and we have a lot of yard work and gardening, and rather than being out there in the middle of the day, he'll get out there early in the mornings and then he'll come in, and later in the afternoon he'll lay down and take a nap on the couch watching a cowboy or whatever.
A cowboy show.
Yeah, cowboy show.
Okay.
Well, you do.
Yeah, I do. I don't care. Now, really, this is going to sound like a typical male statement. I could work outside all day if I wanted to, but it's a skin thing. The older you get, the thinner your skin gets, and the sun just tears me up. So I just try to avoid that.
It's just hot. It's hot here.
I don't always watch cowboy
shows. It's hot
shows.
and buggy. Yeah, you do.
Not really.
Yes, anywho, so we want to chat about menopause for just a minute. Like I said, I'm 58. I'm kind of late to the game on menopause. I think the average age is 51 or 52. I think I've been handling it pretty well. My biggest thing about menopause is I don't take hormones. Several reasons. For one, I don't like to take medicine. 2, the number one main reason is about 21 years ago, I had a blood clot in my neck. And the only reason they could find for it after a bazillion tests was I was on birth control pills. So the first thing they told me in the emergency room is, you can never take hormones again, ever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. So that didn't really bother me until menopause hit. The second reason I don't is thyroid problems run in my family. My sisters, my mother, everybody has a thyroid problem. They've either had it removed or they're taking medication for it. I don't have that problem, and I have researched and read that if you take hormones, female hormones, it can cause thyroid issues. So I've tried to avoid that. So I've just been dealing with it on my own.
Been doing a good job. A good job.
Yeah.
But from a guy's perspective, you have to look at it like this. Now I'm 17 years older than her. I'm more mature than, say, a 58-year-old man. So I know how menopause affects a woman. And my biggest challenge, which would be anybody's biggest challenge, keep your mouth shut.
There you go.
When a moment happens, and it can happen, whether it's anger, frustration, heat, or whatever, sadness, keep your mouth shut and ask
walk
them,
away.
Can I help you? Or walk away from it, because here's what will happen. They might be sitting down on the couch watching the latest episode of Price is Right, and Drew Carey's announcer might mention his mother, and she will start crying.
Because my mother just passed.
And this was before your mother even passed.
True.
I mean, it's just random. And so you can say, well, what's wrong? But you know what's wrong. Saying what's wrong is just showing that you're caring.
Right.
See?
Right.
And then if she might be watching a video on Instagram about dogs. She's hooked on these dog videos, and all at once just start bawling.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Or you might see her fanning herself, and automatically know it's time to get up and walk away.
Yeah. Or just don't say anything. Just don't say anything. It's not hot in here. Well, it is to me. It is to me. I mean, the worst thing that I've dealt with, I think, are the hot flashes. I can just be and you women know this, and if you've found a better solution to it, let me know, or let me know what your biggest issue was. But mine has been the hot flashes, and they can come in the blink of an eye. I can just be sitting there working on my computer, and all of a sudden I am in a full sweat, like I'm gonna combust or something. It only lasts for a minute or two, and then it goes away. But it's like, oh my God, And then nighttime is probably the worst. I control the thermostat. I will say I am the thermostat person. I have an old-fashioned thermostat that I can dial it in wherever I want, and depending on how I'm feeling, I'll change it.
And there again, when that happens, guys, keep your mouth shut.
Yeah.
I mean, let them have their way. It's not going to last. It's not going to last forever. It kind of reminds me of when I was 18 years old, they sent me to Korea for 13 months. Now, I always had a problem with homesickness. I didn't like leaving home, and that was on my mind. When I landed and got off of that plane in Korea, it looked different, it smelled different, it sounded different. I knew there was absolutely no way that I could get home. So here's what I thought. I have no choice. I can get through this. I can make the best of it. But my main goal is to get home. Menopause is the same way. When your wife, at the first signs of menopause, you need to tell yourself, I can do this. I can keep my mouth shut. I can help her through this. I can only hope that things are better on the other side. Yeah, because menopause is like this. It's you remember the TV, the movie Aliens with Sigourney Weaver, and that alien, jumped out of her chest? That's menopause, because you can be having a normal conversation about happy things. You be in your happy space, and all at once, and you just need to go. Because see, everybody's got a demon inside of them. And menopause gives a woman an opportunity to let that demon, well, she don't let him out, he just comes out.
I'm not that bad. I am not that bad.
No, she's
On
not.
occasion, I have a child living here with us still. He's an adult, but that's probably when I get the most frustrated, because he's probably got my mentality as far as stubbornness and arguing, and the two of us, if we have a moment, look out. I mean, look out. Rob will be like, ooh, walk away, right? Walk away. But it's not that bad. I have my moments where I'll lose my cool. I try not to, but I can. You know, if I get irritated with the dogs or whatever, it just happens. But Rob's doing very well with it. He doesn't say anything about it. He knows what's happening. The worst thing I was saying is the hot flashes at night. When I go to bed, I turn the thermostat down so it's cool upstairs. But on a bad night, I probably will wake up 8 to 10 times, just briefly. But I'm hot, and I'll throw the covers off, the sheet off, whatever.
You're hot.
And then I put them back on, and then I wake up later and I do the same, on, 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 on. The only thing I've found to help with that, because I can't, like I said, I can't take the hormones. I've read a lot about it, and they say vitamin E helps. So that's one thing I do is I look for foods with vitamin E rather than taking the supplement, and I take sunflower seeds. I eat a handful or two of sunflower seeds every day. Seems to help a little bit. As far as the sleeping go, I also take magnesium. It kind of helps me sleep a little bit better. Other than that, I just kind of grin and bear it. Sometimes I have to walk away from my Instagram when I'm looking at it, watching dogs, because I'll find myself bawling like a baby for a dog video or a cow video or whatever. Or it's craziness.
And if I had any advice to give to you guys who have a wife that's going through menopause, is man up, act like a man. I mean, you agreed to take care of this woman. You knew this was coming. So prepare yourself and tell yourself, you can do this. You can keep that mouth shut. You can be supportive. You can help them through it. Because there's just going to be a variety of emotions, right?
Yeah. If she can do it, you can do it.
I bet most men probably couldn't do it. It's kind of like childbirth. You know, this is something that you was born to do, like it or not. I was born a male. She was born a female. We had no choice in that. So there's things I have to do. There's things she needs to do.
Yep.
And if you're going together, you're growing together. Now you can get through it together.
Yeah, and getting older in general,
it's a trip.
It's harder on women. I mean, it is harder on women. You know, like I said, I have aged. We'll do another video about that. I have aged. I accept it. Like I said, I looked into a facelift at one time and decided I didn't want to pay for everything he said was wrong with my face. He pointed out a few things I didn't even know.
You need to quit saying that.
Well, I'm just saying. But aging is harder on women, I think, than men. I mean, it's a given, right? I mean, women have this thing where they have to portray themselves as, you know, looking better, trying to look better, blah, 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 blah. But anyways.
But see, when you're out, not to get off topic or nothing, when you're out, here's what I noticed. Men look at men more than men look at women. They just do that. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they're trying to measure their testosterone or
women
what.
do too,
but they
though.
do.
Women do too. Women always look at other women and compare themselves. It's all over the place.
It's a funny world we live in.
It is funny. But anyways, that's my brief story on menopause. Rob's handling it well. I think I'm handling it pretty well. They do say, though, I have read some bad things where it could last up to 8 to 10 years. Lord help us all. Hopefully that's not the case. But I want to know how you guys feel, how you ladies are feeling, and how you men are dealing with it. Are you guys dealing with it as well as Rob is? Ladies, are you anything you're doing that's helping you through it or not helping you through it? So, but I think that's about it. What else can you say? That's all I got. So, you good?
I'm good. That's all I got.
Right, see you next time.